Good evening.
Good evening.
We would like to go ahead and call a meeting to order. Our vision, JNPSD will be the model district where every learner is valued and empowered to become a successful, contributing member of society. Our mission, JNPSD will foster a culture of ownership and accountability where through partnerships that create multiple pathways for success. Jim, can you call the roll for us, please?
Sure will. Carl Smith.
Here.
Daniel Gray is not here tonight. Ava Coleman.
Present.
Jim Moore, present. Ron McDaniel.
Present.
Dana Brockway.
Here.
Lauren Martin.
Here.
Laura Walker.
Here.
Everyone here except Brother Daniel.
Let's stand for a moment of silence and a pledge of allegiance.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, looks like we have a presentation from the STEM Coalition.
Mrs. Metcalf is going to introduce our scholars on tonight.
Jacksonville North Pulaski School District is a partner with the Little Rock Air Force Base STEM Coalition. And as a result of that partnership, we received Lego kits for every school in the district. And those Lego kits have been incorporated into the curriculum in some of the classes and into the enrichment time for students when they have finished their Lexia. So today you're going to see presentations from two groups who have been working with Lexia. And Ms. Killingsworth is the media specialist, and she's going to show you the first group. I'm Ms. Killingsworth, the media specialist at JMS, and as students have finished Lexia, they come and do an enrichment program in the library. And so these students are some of our enrichment kids, and I have Spheros and lots of kids that come in to use the Spheros, and so they created a maze, and they're going to tell you all about it. Come on, guys. Hi, my name is Layla. My name is Saraya. And my name is Grady. And for our project, we decided to make a maze for the kids that come into the library during breakfast and lunch to use the Spiro. And with the maze, they can also practice coding. An example, this tool can be used for multiple purposes, not just one. A left-skilled scholar came to the library and sat down. He was blind, so he couldn't clearly see, but he could see the blinking light that was located on the Spiro. And once he saw that, he pulled the iPad close enough to see to his face and started programming. All the teachers were so proud that he could accomplish such an achievement. And this is proof that the project wasn't just a project, but a tool to exercise the brain. The skill we used was communication skills, because each person has to play a specific role in doing the project. Each person has to have a part to have a smooth and flowing system, so we all work together. And we also used teamwork because there were different groups creating different parts of the maze. Some of the big obstacles we ran into with the maze was at the very beginning of the arcade, where the start is. The Spiro could not cross the bridge. The bridge was too narrow. And with that, we had to make the bridge wider.
or for the spirit to actually properly drive across the bridge. And with that, we actually had to add more materials and actually make that bigger. But going into the programming part, the programming part was very difficult because we could get the spirit to go across, get the first part done, but we couldn't find the degrees out fully for when the spirit needed to turn in certain places, and we could not do it. It was just very difficult for us to find out how they actually properly work. This project actually not only influenced our everyday life, but reinforced our communication skills, teamwork, critical thinking, and problem solving skills. So now that I can actually use these skills in modern day time. Thank you for listening to us. If you have any questions, we can answer.
Great job, great job.
Got future engineers. Ron and I say this, future engineers.
I'm Tara Pilkington. I teach automation and robotics at Jacksonville Middle School, and we use the Lego learning system. Basically, it's learning through play. They're able to build with Legos, and then they program these Lego robots to do different things. So I have with me today, I can't airplay because it's not a presentation, it's actual coding on an app. So I have Lucas and I have Brooklyn, and they're going to tell you what they've been working on up here and just kind of show an example. If you guys want to move down to see it, like kind of around the table, that would be great.
Hey, we're easy. To the rescue, to the rescue.
Hello, my name is Brooklyn, and we use Ms. Pilkington's class to help us with coding certain things. As in this robot takes from weather studies, like from school or weather apps, and if it's sunny or rainy, if it's sunny, he'll pull up his glasses, and if it's raining, he'll pull up his umbrella. And if he doesn't have a certain code for something, he'll end up putting an X just in case. I don't know what's going on right now, but it should be ready.
So what do you do?
Just set the location to Jacksonville since that's where we are right now. And he's gonna hit play to see what it does. He pulled up his glasses and put them down to let us know that it's sunny outside. And this code was quite hard to do, but we used communication because he helped me code most of it. And he switched between stuff, and now he's going to talk about this one. Okay, so on this robot, we were actually working really hard to get it to work, but it actually wouldn't. So I'm going to use this to talk about debugging robots. So this one was supposed to do is it's supposed to also take weather forecasts and direct the wind speed, and it was going to blow itself back based on the wind speed.
but it wouldn't work, and we spent a long time on it, and we now are going to use this to know that things take time, and it's very difficult to program robots. And sometimes it's difficult to tell them what to do, but we know that if you just take lots of time on it, you can eventually get it to work.
One of the things that they have really focused on there is the problem solving, the engineering design process, and the debugging. The first group, they have ran their code over 150 times to get it right, and they still haven't finished. So it's just an ongoing process of revise, rework, revise, run it again.
Thank you, Ms. Metcalf.
Thank you. Thank you. Awesome presentation. Is Mr. Scott here for a legal update?
Come back to follow
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite subject, legal update. I don't have a lot for you, but I did get a question about one of the members and terms, board member terms, and how that works. So the statute on it is, I'm gonna give you some legal mumbo jumbo, and then I'll give you kind of the bottom line of what it all means. The statute on it is 613, 608, length of director's term. It provides that all members of the school board of directors shall be elected to a term of office of not less than 3 nor more than 5 years. So you get to pick that rank, and y'all chosen 3, I believe. So you stagger the
4.
4. Oh, thank you for correcting. So it also in subsection C provides that a member of a school district board of directors shall not serve more than one full term as a holdover. Holdover means you reach the end of your term, no one ran for the office, you didn't file for the office, so you continue to hold the office without standing for election. You can do that for one term. At the expiration of that holdover term, if at the expiration of the holdover term a person is not elected to fill the position at the annual school election, then there's a vacancy in that position, and the board votes to fill the vacancy. So if you have a school board member that for whatever reason didn't get their paperwork in right, then they can hold over for a year. The next time around, we're going to have to be elected.
Like a squatter
It's not unheard of. It is a thing that happens. I have heard of board members, it's not just school boards, it's other boards too, quorum courts and other governing bodies. If you don't get your paperwork quite right and you don't qualify for the ballot and somebody else files, well, then they become an unopposed candidate. So there's that scenario. We can talk about vacancies. There's a specific statute on vacancies. It does not list this situation of not qualifying for the ballot a second time for a term as creating a vacancy. And only when you have a vacancy does the board vote to fill the position. So,
Mr. Richardson, with the holdover process, is there a formal action that the board has to?
nope. That board member can just keep on keeping on, and they can continue to hold office for an additional term, having been a holdover. So if they wish to do the next term, and when you get their paperwork in, make sure that they're qualified for the ballot that next time around.
So it will be for the 4 years.
Yes. Yes. Highly recommend you file your petitions. The rule of thumb is 10% more signatures than what you need for these smaller petitions, maybe more than that. Because you never know. People move and things happen. It's hard to predict what people will do. So bottom line is, if you have a board member whose paperwork didn't get in right, they didn't qualify for the ballot, they can continue on for their term. But they do need to stand for election the next time around. You get one mulligan, and then we gotta make sure we get it right the next time. Okay?
Okay.
I'm not naming names.
We all know,
General
we know who it is.
information to the board. Any other legal questions or issues to think about? We've had a number, I was talking to Miss Biggs, I saw her yesterday for the first time in a while. We've had a number of legal issues, but so far they've been handled. I don't think we're gonna have, not anticipating issues, with litigation or anything like that. We've had some employment issues, but I'm not aware of any that are gonna come before the board and the contested hearing, so the district is well managed and in good shape from a legal perspective.
Thank you, Mr. Richardson.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Facilities update. Good evening.
So I'm going to just give a question, because all of our projects are kind of moving along, don't really have much of an update. I don't even, Merle Taylor are getting underway, contractors ramping up, and they have more comments on that. We're getting submittals on them. The legacy walk is underway. Yeah, y'all have any questions?
I just feel like the other ladies, because they haven't did a walk, they're gonna want to keep construction it, so we have any leftovers.
Yes, we can get you. Now, we will in the next few months want to have a meeting, just a final sign off on all of the interiors for the two new elementaries. Just one more pass, let you see everything, but no rush on that, just at your convenience in the next 4 months or so.
For the legacy walk, can you just give us a quick update on that?
It's underway, so the
That's
contractor
what I was
is.
wondering what the underway was.
So I'll let them talk to the
Okay.
schedule.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Start with the legacy walk, we've got a formal change order into them, that all of you, we've got our contractor list, we'll send out notice to proceed. That job being such a tight area and shutting down the drive for the school, we're gonna wait till we have everything in place. We're gonna wait till we have our flagpole sleeves, we're gonna wait till we have our lettering, we're gonna wait till we have everything. We'll do our demo for concrete, put all back. So the process will go smooth and quick. It's gonna take us a few months to get to there. I'll keep you updated on when that start day is, but we're not gonna start until we have everything in place, because it's gonna go quick. Any questions on that?
The anticipated end date though is
I
shooting for
Brian handed that to me last week, and that's about all I know about it.
bring in the school year.
Right. That's May.
We're just, I think
That's the goal.
Is to have it in, but I don't have my lead time dates yet. So as soon as I get them, I can give you the updated timeline.
All right. Any other questions?
Do we have any idea how many bricks we're on?
We can get that number to you, because they were still coming in. I know we had another set sent to, Arkansas Products to start printing, but, the exact number, we can get that to you.
So the plan is to put all the bricks down, including the ones that are in purchase, to put bricks down there and take them up and
Mhm.
have them in the ready.
Right, usually what they do is like once a year, you do one batch, pull them out, put the new nameplates in, like before homecoming or something every year.
Yep, it's all on the same bed, so it'll be pretty easy to pull it away. Any other questions on legacy?
All right. Thank you, guys.
We'll go back around and go through the middle school edition. Pacing pretty good. The last update on that RPU is still shipping on the 12th of April, so Nothing's changed there. We're still pacing interior finish out. We painted, put all the tile in, working on epoxy flooring, we polished the floor. Interior finish going really, really well. The masons finished up Friday. They do mowed Friday and Monday. They're getting out of the way so we can proceed with our site utilities, sidewalks and all that stuff. That schedule's starting to curve back in our direction, so that's good. Got a lot of rain coming in the spring, but keep you updated on as it changes. The Biomeda, that's my project. We mobilized today, put restrooms out, started on some security fences. I got the SWAT report in today, so we'll mobilize our excavators this week, or if it starts raining on before early next week, starting doing that work. But submittals are moving forward, contracts are out, all that. Pacing, scheduling fairly well. Any questions on either of those two? And I got a text from Kristen, she's your project manager for Merle Taylor. She's kind of the same boat I am. Yeah, they're getting started this week on some tree removals and doing the same boat. Submittals are being in process, contracts are out, and just getting it started. Any questions on the full project?
That's a major highway out there.
Yeah.
Where, Alameda is, we're gonna put up signs up and down the highway there to let people know to slow down because of construction in process.
All construction doesn't have anything to do with the road except for the truck. We're moving all the dirt work, yeah, we'll have signs posted. The widening of the road is still in Arkansas DOT's court. We don't have any permission there to move forward, so that's still waiting. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you both.
Okay, Superintendent's report.
The first report is from our Classified Personnel Policy Committee, Mr. Joey Dove, and he has a handout at your seat. It's one page.
So basically, this is just going to piggyback off of the already licensed staff that was proposed. That's all we want to do. It's just, we're a classified staff member, and we do have a lot of classified staff members and licensed staff members that are married to share those days, however they see fit. That's
Do we already have that?
we do for licensed staff. Okay. And we're trying to work together where we all present at the same time, and we have policies that actually could marry together like that. In the future, we won't have two separate instances. We have to look at it.
You can decide to make a motion or send it back for research.
Okay, so let's go ahead and vote on this. So can I get a vote?
I'll make a motion to approve this joint shared spousal sick leave for the classified PPC people.
I second
It's a motion and approved. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It's been approved.
You're welcome. Okay, Dr. O, I would like to go ahead and bring something else up. Ironic that this was at the same time. I have had some employees get in contact with me about possibly, apparently they're having a lot of issues, they're out a lot, whatever, and they have other employees that are wanting to share their time, their hours, their sick leave with them. And I wanted to know, is that something that we can look at considering? I don't know if it would be the best thing to make it to where anybody could do it, just like to go on vacation, whatever. But I know there's exceptions, and I would really like to try to help out those people that are really trying to come to work, but because of their health, they're having to miss a week, a month, or whatever. And their paychecks are just minimal, and there are people that have an abundance of time that would like to share. So,
Currently, the board has voted on for both licensed and classified to have a sick leave bank. In addition to that, I'm going to ask Mr. Richardson if he can come forth and share if he's heard anything in addition to that. But the way our current sick leave bank works in policy is that the employee has to give into it and then in order to receive from it. But there's also a process within that policy as well.
So I was in a situation where an employee has used up their sick leave and they need an additional.
It's someone that has serious health issues that after she has something she has to have done, she's sick for a week. And I feel like there's something that we can do because she wants to be here, she wants to work, and, for that time, she just can't, and she's not able to. And if we have people that, like I said, if we have people that are willing, I don't want to abuse it, I don't want to see it abused,
Sure,
but there's got to be some exceptions.
sure. And
Or how-
given circumstance, I don't know this person's circumstances, but there can be a lot of factors that go into that. We have employees who overuse leave, we have a job abandonment policy, we have an excessive leave policy, and some others that would need to be considered. The leave bank, I think, is an option. I don't know another option in policy, but I didn't come prepared to talk about this at this point, so I'd be happy to look into it for you some and get you some thoughts on that at a later date. And there may be some things that could be done in policy. I know some employers will have a catastrophic leave bank, but I think that's what your sick leave bank is essentially there for, where you some participation rules for that, it sounds like. I'm not real familiar with that policy, but we can look at that and I can get back to you on options if there are.
I would appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We'll give you a heads up.
That's all right. As long as you give me time to explore.
Absolutely.
The last part of my report is the marketing report. Ms. Chisa Williams is coming, and as she comes, I'm going to show her latest work that you will see. Right.
North Pulaski School District. When people figure out, I am so proud to work in the Jacksonville North Pulaski School District. When people figure out that I work here, they always ask me, are you guys really building these schools? In fact, we are, and they're all awesome.
The first time I saw the elevator, I said, whoa, this school is so cool. I love Reggie School. This playground is so awesome.
The culture and the school spirit in this district is phenomenal.
Talking to my friends, and we're super excited that we have other opportunities in this school other than your basic classes. We get to take part in culinary, automotive, and even nursing. I'm so excited to be prepared for my future.
We know that you have choices. Choose the Jacksonville North Pulaski School District, where we're building futures, every scholar, every day. One of the things, of course, many of you know that we're in school choice, the school choice period, January 1st through May 1st. And so we've challenged ourselves to make sure we're sharing our narrative and showing the great things that are happening within our schools and throughout the district. And so Mrs. Williams has been working with Mr. Aaron Stone, who created this commercial. So you'll see it on our local television networks, as well as you'll hear the sound piece from on local radio stations. And so I wanted to front load that, but turn it over to our media guru, Ms. Chisa Williams, our Director of Communications.
Good evening. So as Dr. Owen mentioned, so Aaron Stone and I worked together on that video. Aaron shot the video and he edited it. And then we've been working with him for about a year now, just trying to promote our school district and highlight our new facilities. And Aaron is really good about carrying out our vision. He's a phenomenal videographer. I'm very impressed by his work. I love his drone footage and his special animations. And so for this particular project, I wrote the script. I selected the scholars and the employees that would be featured, and I handed it over to Aaron, and he created that masterpiece for us. So there is a 30-second version of that video that will be seen on local television soon and heard on the radio. And so tonight I just wanted to briefly share with you guys ways we're trying to market the school district. So first, we are working with Cumulus Media. They're the company that owns Power 92. If you're unfamiliar with Power 92, it's the largest urban radio station in the state. The central figure is Broadway Joe, the lead dog. So he currently lives in Jacksonville, he and his wife. He's also the head coach for the Jacksonville Mighty Vikings Youth Football League. So in February, we started a 3-month campaign with Cumulus Media. It includes on-air radio spots, online ad streaming, and other digital impressions. Simply put, so that 30-second commercial, it will be heard on the radio Monday through Friday in the morning and in the afternoon. It started in February. It will end in April 30th. And so if you look at the handout, the gross impressions, based on the gross impressions, our message will reach 7,000 ears or 700,000 listeners by the end of that 3-month campaign. And so that's just on-air radio. We also have online advertising. One of our school videos is a 15-second clip. It will appear on websites. So if a person is on MSNBC or ESPN's website or Home Depot or Dillard's, they will see our ad pop up, and they can't click out of it. They have to watch it.
That's good.
So, but not everybody will see that ad. Only the people living in our target area, and so I was able to pick that targeted demographic. So I chose the areas of Jacksonville, Cabot, Sherwood, and North Little Rock. And then also, there's one new feature that we're adding this year. It's very interesting, kind of creepy. It's called Advanced Target Display, and it uses voice recognition. So if you're in your home one evening and you're talking to your spouse about your child's educational future, the next time you log into your cell phone or your computer or your tablet, you could see our ad. It's kind of like Big Brother's watching. And so those ads are called internet billboards, and actually it can be anyone in the home. So say there's a scholar and he's in his bedroom and he's like, I hate school. His voice and the word school will target our ad to pop up. And so I was able to choose keywords too for that. So I told them when people say school, education, teacher, and school choice, let's try to pop up our ad. Next up, we have, again, that same 30-second commercial will also be shown on KTHV for 4 months. It will be shown during, Channel 11's morning show, which is called Wake Up Central. It will be shown on CBS Mornings. That's the national broadcast. It features, Gayle King, Oprah's best friend. It'll be featured on The Vine, which is Channel 11's lifestyle show, the evening news, and then the late news on Sunday. And I specifically chose Sunday. A lot of people don't know this, but Sunday night is probably one of the most watched nights of local television because people are getting ready for the work week. We're getting our kids ready for school. We want to know about the weather, how should we dress, if we should take an umbrella. So it will air Sunday night as well. And so those commercials will begin running on March 20th.
Also, niche.com. So if you'll remember, in August, I talked to you about niche. It's the website that we're using to kind of clean up our public image. So last year we started out with a D on our niche profile. So I'm happy to report it's now a C. And that's largely due to the number of positive reviews that were written about our district. And so, that's the slide. So before our partnership with Niche, our school profile was viewed 480 times, and now with our premium account, we are on track to receive nearly 2,000 page views. And then on the next page, traffic by referral source. So people are coming to our district website, jnpsd.org, thanks to these 10 sources. Niche is number 7. Clever is number 2, and Clever is actually the digital platform that we use in our schools. I think they use it at the high school for tutoring. And look who's number 1, Cumulus. So that's just proof that our partnership and our radio commercials that are airing on Power 92 are successful. And that's last year's stats. This is our second year partnering with Cumulus Media. The next slide, we purchased a Facebook ad to promote school choice. Of course, that's from January 1st to May 1st. So far, in just 3 weeks, it has reached 10,000 people. Now, the ad will only run for 30 days. It started February 13th, so next Monday it will end. I'll kind of see if it was effective, and if it was, I can continue for another 30 days or cancel it. Next page. Thank you, sir. So something new that I tried this year, tabletop advertising. Our school ad, this ad here, will be on display on tables inside Barn Hills Restaurant here in Jacksonville. It will be on display for the next 3 years. And so the proof was finalized today. And so that ad should be on tables in about 4 to 6 weeks. And then lastly, about a few times a year, this lady, Miss Catherine with Cool Classic Hits 104.7, she reaches out to me, to see if I want to promote the school district. And she offers a deal I cannot pass up. And you get 18 radio spots for $175.
Wow.
And they are 30 seconds long. And so they are located in Searcy, so I've extended our reach north. And in the past, I've promoted school choice, Simply Delicious, career pathways, and our literacy initiative. And then, in fact, also in a few weeks, you will be hearing, there's a message, spring break, don't drink and drive. So we'll be promoting school choice. And then lastly, my upcoming project. So our top 3 graduates from Jacksonville High School, they're going to be featured in Little Rock Soiree magazine called Head of the Class. That's based on GPA, so I'll be working with the counselors to identify those scholars. But that's something we do every year. And then also every year for graduation, we take out this huge, I don't know what you call it, a spread or insert in the Jacksonville Leader. It features statements from Mr. Gray, Ms. Biggs, I think the valedictorian, salutatorian. And then finally, so Dr. Owa and I have been discussing possibly getting Aaron to help us make individual videos of all of our career pathways. We have, great pathways, automotive, culinary, and so we want a video for each one with, sound from an instructor or scholars, and that would go on our website. That's it.
Thank you, Mrs. Williams. That concludes the superintendent's report.
Thank you. Thank you. That was wonderful. Okay, consent agenda.
Motion to accept the consent agenda.
Second.
This is the first and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Is an approval of Dennison. Okay, then, so do we need to do number 2?
No. We can purchase that.
Okay, on over to number 7.
Yes, board members, you have in your electronic packet the suggested motion for the upcoming proposed budget of expenditures for the tax levy for fiscal year in the sample ballot that has to go on the election ballot for May. And it's just the standard millage language And since we will not have a candidate on there, the county clerk's office is suggesting that we move forward with this election since nothing will change. The millage will not change. She suggested that an absentee and early voting process be the method to, because that would save the district money if we do it that way. And so that's before you, the actual motion for the sample ballot and the option to do absentee and early voting process.
Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Been approved unanimously. Work session action items.
Yes, board members, as you recall, we did meet last month to discuss the fiscal next steps for our building projects, but also the student enrollment growth needs that we have. And so we have before you a proposal to rezone the Merle Taylor area. And so to possibly take a portion from Jacksonville Elementary School and add it to the Merle Taylor's school zone. And the administration's recommendation is to take what is deemed Merle Taylor 2, the new area, and add that to the existing Merle Taylor school zone for starting July 1st for FY24 school year.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so passed. Okay. The ideal part B in funds application.
Yes, the application for IDEA Part B funds for special education is before you. Upon approval by the Arkansas Department of Education Special Education Unit, this document will shall certify that the public school agency authority to expend state and federal funds for the education of children with disabilities in accordance with the assurances, budget, and program of services set forth within herein. So once you approve and I sign, as well as I believe President Gray sign, it will attest that we're following these procedures. So the recommendation is to approve this application.
Can we get a motion?
So moved.
It's been approved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any discussion? It's been approved. Purchase of new vehicles.
All right, board members, as we did last month, and probably the previous month, we would like to present to you an option to refresh our vehicle fleet so that we can continue to operate efficiently and effectively. And so our maintenance department is wanting to trade in a Saturn that has the value of $2,000 and an F-150 for the value of $6,000, so that we can purchase a new cargo van for maintenance use. This vehicle will be utilized for deliveries around the district, as well as installing a workstation in the van to run a key machine. So we will be able to cut keys for the entire district in a mobile capacity and not having to go back and forth to the maintenance. So the cost is $36,900, and we will utilize the proceeds that we have received from the auction to fund this, which is in our operating funds. And so the recommendation is to approve the selling of these two vehicles and then the purchase of this cargo van.
I'll make the motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation here.
It's been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It's been properly approved. Any discussion? Okay. Digital learning plan.
The process for us to receive approval from the State Department is that our board, local school board, must approve the digital learning plan. And of course, we must show it in reflected in our minutes. And so before you, we're presenting the digital learning plan for FY 24 school year. And the recommendation is to approve this plan. And you will see that we have revised our plan. We wanted to keep the digital learning academy, the virtual school option for our scholars within our district, but we wanted to be able to operate in an efficient manner. And so we've made some revisions, but we feel like we still have a really good instructional option for our families who choose to remain in the virtual realm. And again, the recommendation is for approval of this plan.
How many do we currently have in virtual?
I'm going to ask Dr. Walker, Dr. Picard. I think when we look at in this day and age of school choice, we need to have, as a district, multiple opportunities for our families. And one of the things that we talked about as a staff is that we will continue to promote our virtual learning academy as a way for our homeschool families to still be part of the district, but still be able to be at home. And so they'll have access to more resources. But I think the plan before you, the team, we spent several days, and they spent even more days looking at how efficient it is. And when we look at the funds that we, of course, receive in foundation funding, we're able to manage this new plan.
I make a motion to accept this plan for virtual.
Okay, so moved and properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, it's been passed unanimously. Any discussion? Okay. Jacksonville High School English Language Arts Curriculum.
Yes, board members, every year or when we have a need to adopt a new curriculum, the curriculum team, the district must present it to the school board for review and adoption. And so before you, you have the 22-23 curriculum adoption for high school English language arts. And so the recommendation is to approve it. You will also see that the written curriculum documents are required for all subject matters, and that all of the content is there before you as well. And so the recommendation is to approve this curriculum adoption for Jacksonville High School English Language Arts.
Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It's been passed unanimously. Any discussion? Okay. Behavior intervention stipends.
This is should be familiar to you all. You've actually voted on this, but the previous action item, when it was brought to you, had the improper title. So we wanted to just bring it back before you to have the correct title before we add it to the salary schedule, and so that there's not any confusion. There's clarification on exactly what the stipend is for. And so that's what this is. It's more of a corrective action item versus a brand new one.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, been passed. Any discussion? Okay, legal transfers.
We have two before you. Request number one is for a legal transfer of one scholar out of the Jacksonville North Pulaski School District to the Mayflower School District. We recommend to deny this transfer. And then request number two is a request for a legal transfer for one scholar out of the Jacksonville North Pulaski School District into the Cabot Public School District. And the recommendation my recommendation is to deny this one as well. I would suggest that you probably want to take each request individually.
So request number one,
I'll make the motion to accept the superintendent's recommendation on denying request number one for legal transfer.
Second.
okay, so approved and properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
Okay, can we get a roll call, please?
Ava Coleman? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Nay.
Jim Moore, yes, to approve the denial. Ron McDaniel.
Yes.
Dina Brockway. Lauren Martin.
Nay.
Laura Walker. Okay, the noes have it.
Okay, so that motion was, struck down, so I have another motion on the floor. Okay. Is there a motion properly second, all in favor? Aye.
No,
Opposed?
no.
Do y'all wanna go back to the roll call, or do we have it more to do? Okay.
It's good.
Okay, we'll move on to transfer number two. Do you have a recommendation on the transfer?
Well, they live in Jacksonville, but he was a student at Lighthouse. And so from the records, when I looked, when we received this, he's never been part of our district, our school district. But because he lives in Jacksonville, before he can transfer somewhere else, no, I didn't have to yet. Access to. We don't know what the offense is. So, ma'am, we do that.
Okay, I entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation.
Second.
Is there a move properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It's passed unanimously. Any discussion? Okay, personnel license contract renewal. I have to remind you that any discussion about personnel, we have to go into executive session. We'll be there.
There's an addendum. Okay, we're gonna go as an addendum, we gotta.
Motion to approve the addendum.
Second.
Okay, it's been approved and properly second to approve the addendum, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, we'll be there. Okay, then. All right. I'd like to call the meeting back to order. We've reviewed the recommendations for personnel. Can I get a motion?
So move.
It's been moved and properly second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It's passed. All right, student disciplinary actions.
We have a few for you tonight. Mr. Smith is going to come forward.
Ms. Coleman, I think you've got two scripts in your,
Oh. Okay.
whichever one you want to start, whichever one you start with. They're in that shared folder.
You know, I don't do this often, I'm sorry.
Mr. Smith, which hearing are we having first?
Whichever pleases the board. We'll approve.
Is Alex Bolden and Brett Wynn present? Yes. Could you please come up to the table? Alexis, are you mom? Yes. Okay. Do you desire that this hearing be open or closed? Closed. Okay. If everybody who would exit who is not a part of the case. Thank you. Ms. Bolden, is this your family? Yes. Okay. Y'all can move closer if you like. I do apologize.
Okay.
Before I make the opening statement, I would like to ask everyone to silence their communication devices. If you do receive a call, please step outside the room to carry on a conversation. This meeting is called for the purpose of hearing the recommendation of the superintendent that Brett Wynn will be expelled for 2 semesters, spring 2023 and fall 2023. Alexis Bolden and Brett Wynn, are you represented by an attorney, or any other person? The administration is represented by Mr. Smith, who will present on behalf of our administration. I'm just gonna kind of go through like what the rules are. The procedure will be for Mr. Smith to make the recommendation and set forth the reasons for the recommendation. Mr. Smith will then call witnesses on behalf of the administration. When administration's questions are complete, the witness may be questioned by the student's representatives and then by the board members themselves. The procedure will be followed for each additional witness the administration calls, if any. When the administration's presentation is completed, the student may go forward with his own statement and the statement of others he intends to call. Anyone making a statement on behalf of the student parent may be questioned by the administration's representative and by the board. Since the law makes no provisions for formal cross-examination, any questioning will be done in an informal conversational manner. At the conclusion of the presentation, the representative may may make closing statements with a reply by the administration's representation. I must emphasize